tutorial. Today we're going to be looking at doing React Unikernels, and so this is just an example. If you ever have questions on how you might do something, we have a lot of examples in this ops example repo, and we're inside this folder called JavaScript. So there's like base node ones, working with npm, remix is super popular now. Dino. So today we're going to look at React. And this is it's pretty basic, right? First thing we're going to do is create our hello world, and we're going to go into that folder. And then, if you're working locally, this is all pretty familiar. We can run npm start to run it locally for dev. We can run build to actually build a prod build. I found this serve library. I'm not a JavaScript person, but I guess this is one option. You can use serve, and so we're going to use this in this tutorial to serve up the build. And obviously, this is being ran outside of the Unikernel. But what we're going to do on this tutorial is put this inside the Unikernel. And so we start with this base node package. I'm using 16.5. You can use whatever works for you, but I would start from a package. And then the most important part is going to be this config. So let's get into it, and let's take a look at what is going on. All right, so I'm in this app called folder name because naming is so my talent. And basically, we're going to take all the stuff that's in this folder, and we're going to put it into our Unikernel. So let's take a look at the config JSON. I mapped over this serve for my node modules. Now there might be a better way of doing this, if you just install this into the local folder instead, because you don't necessarily want to map all of this folder because it could be rather large, and you probably don't need most of it. So, but this kind of works for me. And so our args is basically serve. I'll show you how I even got that. So if you run which, you'll see that serve is this symlink, and I know it's a symlink because it points to here, right? So the actual file that serve actually is this user local lib node modules serve build main.js. So this is the actual file. So when you type serve, that's what actually is being ran. And it's important to realize that the JavaScript interpreter itself is the actual Unikernel, and we're just adding files. So in this case, it's main.js, which is serve. And we're gonna pass it -s for build because we built it, right? The directories that we want to put into the system, we have node modules, public, build, source. And then, like I said, the map dirs, this just gives you an easy way to map this directory, the serve directory, all of its contents over into the exact same path. And that way you don't have to like copy folders around. And then I just added the package JSON stuff, right? And so then if we go back to our command, we're just going to run this. And again, what we're doing here is we're loading up the node package, and this will download if you don't have it. We're going to pass the config, and we're going to say, give me port 3000. Now serve, by the way, I should point out, serve by default serves on port 3000, and you can adjust that if you want by putting it into the config. There's like a -L, and then you could do o.o.o. And then colon whatever new port. But it's always important, if you do change it to a different port, you're going to want to have to do something like this. So this is called the any interface, and essentially just it says that you should listen to all interfaces. And the reason we do this inside of Unikernels is because you're not actually running this on your host, which is your laptop here. You're running it inside the VM. And so to address it, we actually have to listen on all the interfaces. Otherwise, it's going to default to something like localhost, like this, and that you won't be able to resolve. So if you do change the port, just remember to add this. All right. So, anyways, we're doing 3,000 for simplicity's sake, and it's just gonna go ahead and pop up, and says, hey, it's listening in on this, and you know, it says localhost, but it's also bound to the others. So if we pop this up, we can see that our app is working. So this is just a quick little example of how to run React unikernels. Let me know what you do with it. Bye.